Hey there, this is Coach Beth. We're getting ready to start our senior fit class at 10 o'clock. I'm going to have to leave a few minutes early today, so I apologize for that in advance, but I'm also not going to use music today. What we're going to do is, hello, hi Kenny, I hope I was scheduled. Get it, Beth. Get it, Beth. Getting it. Anyhow, yeah, so is this all on the schedule, Kenny? Just curious. If I'm not on the schedule, I'll still film this today, I suppose. Just let me know, but I'm here. Planning to be here on Thursday as well, if that's all on board. And I think okay, we've got more people coming on. Awesome. All right, so let me finish getting set up, and I'll be right with you. I'm going to get my camera set up and my chair. So beautiful day in Eugene today. So beautiful. All right. Oops. I'm going to move my stool. That works for me. So it's Tote Bag Tuesday, everybody. And today I am not going to use music. I want to focus a little bit more on techniques and refining your form, why it's important to engage certain parts of the body as we lift. All right, before we start, I'm going to grab my water and my shoelaces. And I'm going to boost my camera up a little bit higher for you guys. Sorry about that. Let's do it. Okay, it is Tote Bag Tuesday, so I'm going to grab my bag with my weights. So remember that you probably want several items in a bag to vary the weight as we go if you need to. So let's start standing today. And we're just going to start balanced on our feet. If you want to stay in your chair, that's fine also. Got a big tree right there. All right, so let's just go ahead and start with some breathing. As you stand, we've got the nice natural curves of the spine. We're going to stand up nice and straight and tall with a nice proud chest. Give me a little bit of a tilt or a little bit of a tail tuck as you stand here to energize your low abs. I don't want you to tuck so much the whole spine begins to round, but just in such a way that supports you. All right, that we're not just letting things fall open in the front or too deeply arched in the back. Let's take a few deep breaths here. You can inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, float them down. I need to move you back so that I can move forward. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, down. Inhale up one more time, really fill up the body. Open it up. Exhaling down. Let's place the hands right at the high thigh bone. I want you to push those thighs back as you hinge the body forward, getting a nice posterior stretch, and then standing back up. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale to stand up, keeping those abs drawn up and in, hinging forward, and standing up. Good, using the backs of your arms here. Find the triceps to assist the carriage of the body going down, and then pushing yourself up against those legs. 3 more, hinging forward. See if you can hinge a little farther, getting that stretch on the backs of the legs. And then up, 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 hinging forward, and up. One more time, hinge down, and stand up. Very nice. Now we're going to allow the spine to round forward. So arms are just going to hang down heavy. We're going to take a deep breath at the top, nice and neutral. Exhale, round your spine down. And remember, you can do this seated if you choose. Just keep the spine round, keep the pelvis vertical. As you rise back up, I want to pull the abs back towards the spine. Exhale, rounding forward. You could call this a slouch, but I don't want you to just hang on your spine here. I want you to pull the body forward with your abdominals, and then use your abdominals to lift your body back up. Let's try a couple more. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale to stay. Exhale, rolling back up as though you're stacking up against a wall. 2 more times. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down. Only as far as the spine allows. Make sure you're not tipping the pelvis forward. Take a deep breath with those heavy arms, and then exhale, rise back up. 1 more time, in. Exhale, round. Deep breath, a little softness to the knees here, and then exhale, rise back up. Very nice job. Now let's be a little more deliberate with our arms and shoulders. So you're going to reach the arms out in front. As you open the arms wide, feel the shoulder blades connect across the mid-back. As you bring them forward, they separate. So let me show you from the back view. Shoulder blades glide in towards the spine. I'm not squeezing, I'm just moving them. And then forward. Exhale back. As I open the arms wide, only go as far as the shoulders want you to go. I don't want you to force the spine into an uncomfortable arch here. So just floating back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Energize your mid-back. So that's shoulder blades and down. Hopefully not above the shoulder blades. And forward. 2 more times. Engage upper mid-back. Really mid-back, and forward, and shoulder blades gliding towards the midline, and forward. Good. And then just let the arms swing, a little bounce in the knees. Hold on a second, I need to grab my water bottle. Way over here. There we go. So I hope you're still swinging those arms. Stay with me. Great. Yay. We got a crowd out there now. We are a quorum. It's official. So if you just joined me, I'm not using music today for Senior Fit because I want to talk a little bit more about technique and form and not let us get distracted by the music. It's really, for me, it's about getting distracted by the technology. Let's be honest here. All right, there we go. Roll those shoulders around a few times. We're going to step wide. Step wide. Now, if you've got your chair, which I'm hoping you do, it's got a chair back on it. I can change that. Here's my chair back. Don't do what I just did and put your water bottle right in your path. Here we are. Here's my chair back. Step wide. My feet are parallel. Okay, so they look like this. They're not turned out. So look down, make sure they're parallel. I'm just about arm's distance from my chair, and I'm going to bend the right knee. Notice the hips go back as I bend the knee. Okay, I'm stretching the inner thigh on the left leg. Use your chair back to help support your posture. If you don't have a chair back handy in a place that you've got space for, go to the thigh. And then let's go to the other side. Lunging across. Inhale, center. Exhale, lunge to the right. Hips go back every time. Inhale, center. Exhale, lunge to the left. Inhale, center. Let's keep the chest proud. The head held high. Inhale, exhale. Hips go back. Inhale, pull the hips under you, and then exhale to the other side. Inhale up to the top. Exhale, back with the hips. Inhale. We're going to do 4 more. Exhale. In. Exhale, left. And in. Really getting the benefit of the stretch here. Not having to keep up with a particular beat. And left, except for your breathing. That is your rhythm. Your breath is your rhythm. Good. All right. Let's bring those feet back in together. Now we're going to round the spine. Allow the pelvis to go with you this time. So I've got my hands just on the inside of that chair back and my feet directly underneath my hips, and I'm going to round forward, round, 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 sliding my hands down the chair back. I'm going to go as far as I can go until I touch the chair seat, and then I'm going to rise back up. Notice on this round forward, the hips are going to go with me. So I'm going to round first, and then allow your pelvis to tip forward. Notice that? They rotated forward. Take a deep breath, and then exhale, rise back up. Use those abs. Round, 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 and reconnect. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, round. Soften those knees as needed for hamstring length. Take a deep breath. Exhale, coming back up with me. Rebuild your posture, and 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, nod. Round. Roll. Pull the ribs down to the hips using your abdominal wall. Take a deep breath and pull those abs up and in to rise back up. Ah, right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to move my chair out of the way. We're going to go into some marching just to move the body a little bit. So I'm going to go to a wide march. I want you to just pick up those feet off the floor and try to keep those hips right underneath the shoulders and the ribs as you do that march. Now, notice the stability change when you bring the feet into hip distance. See right there, everything stays stacked. Easily done, right? This is pretty normal. If we're walking, this is our normal gait. Now, take it wide again, and then control. I don't want to be loosey-goosey here. I want to try to keep it tied in. And breathe, move those arms. Switch it up and bring it in. 2, 3, and 4. Take it wide right here for 1, and 2, and 3. Push those elbows back, and 4. Bring it in, and 1, and 2. Now's your chance to correct the posture. Reestablish your core strength, and go wide, and 2. Here's 3. Stay with it, and 4. Bring it in. Easy does it. 2, 3, 4. 1 more wide. Here we go. It's out. And 2, and 3, and 4. Plant your feet. Bring those arms up. Curl them in for a bicep curl. Open them long and bring them down. And again, inhale, float. Exhale, palms are up. Inhale, reach, and exhale down. Inhale out. Exhale, squeeze the biceps. Inhale, reach the fingertips away and float the arms down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Good. And I want you to really get a hold of those biceps. Squeeze them, show them like you mean it. Out and squeeze, reach away, lower down. And again, up, palms are up here. See that? And then they float down. 2 more. Give me some energy to the biceps. And lower down. 1 more time out. Curl. Reach it away and lower down. Ooh, there's some energy to the shoulders there. Let's grab a drink of water real quickly and we'll get our market back going. It's warm out there today, huh? Just keep that guy out of the way. All right, so we've got our tote bag. It's Tote Bag Tuesday with our goods inside. We're gonna start with one arm today, one arm. So if you got a lot of weight in there, shift it out, pull one of those weights out if you need to. I'm gonna reach through my straps and then hold on. Get a nice grip right there. I'm gonna hold the bag with my right arm, stand my feet into this lunge position. Let me tip that down a little bit. There we go. Left foot forward, right foot back. So to bring the bag down to the floor, I'm just gonna bend my knees. Now you might want longer handles than I've got, right? Right there is fine. And then coming back up. Bend your knees, bring the bag down, stand up. All right, so just like that. I'm gonna try to keep the body very vertical as I do my lunge, bending. I wanna keep that front knee from extending out over the toes. I wanna keep the knee over the ankle and stand up. I want you to bend both knees to lower your bag so that the body and the bag go straight down and straight up. The arm stays heavy and long. Chest stays proud. Your lunge is your lunge. It does not have to be deep, but I do ask that you get both knees bending. If that's difficult, if that's painful, go to a squat and hold a squat right in the center. Let's do 2 more for 10. And 1. Great job. I'm gonna put that down, stand up, shake out the legs, shake out the hand. We're gonna go to the other side. Gripping your market basket or bag, could be a basket, with your left hand. Right foot steps forward, left foot back. Find your posture. Figure out what length of handle you want to work with here. And as you go down, you're going straight down in a vertical line and you're standing up. That knee stays over the ankle. Don't let it shoot out over the toes. Both knees are bending to the same degree at the same time. Bend both, stand. Bend both, stand. 4 more. Shoulders are staying level, chest is staying proud. Vary the length of your handle if that makes it more doable, more workable. 1 more. I'm gonna bend and put the bag down and step out of that lunge. Great job. Woo! Feet stand wide, hands on hips. Sit the hips back with a little bit of a knee bend. Okay, there's your modified squat, and we're gonna stir the hips around to loosen them up. And don't give too much thought to this, just be careful, make sure it doesn't hurt. But stir the hips to move, just to move. And around. And then if I sense that things are moving pretty well, I'm going to exaggerate the circle a little bit by pushing the hip a little further out to the side, maybe a little further back, but definitely further forward. Tuck, 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 out to the side and around. And around. Good, really opening up. Yay, these laterals here. Let's go the other direction. If you get tired, just stand up and take a little shake break. Stir the hips around. Let's do 4 more. Just keep those feet planted. Let go of your toes. Make sure your toes are not gripping inside your shoe. and around. All right, excellent job. Now keep in mind that with your weight choices, if you want to just use the weights that you put inside your bag and hold on to those instead of the bag itself, that is totally your option. That's a good option. I want you to be able to participate and have good form at the same time. So it's really about quality, not quantity. I'm going to hold the bag now with my right arm, right hand. Right, place that strap right across your palm. Standing nice and tall. We're going to go into a split stance again. So left foot forward, right foot back. Give me a curl and down and curl. We're going to go a little faster here. There's 7 more. 6, 5. Stand tall. Look out at your horizon. 2 and 1. We're going to switch it up. Here's my left arm. Right foot's forward, left foot back. Keep your body weight balanced on both legs evenly. And we're not bending those knees, really, except to just find stability. Chest proud. There's my horizon right out there. Trying to keep that bag from wobbling. That's core work. Use the core for stability. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, going back to the right arm. Let's work the back of the arm now. So again, the reason it's kind of cool to be using the market bag is we have to work for stability, or I'm going to make you work and think about stability. Meaning I don't want that bag to swing around. That means you're using your core if you're keeping the bag stable. Left foot forward, definitely feel free to use your chair here to support your posture. Let's all do that actually. Okay, so here's my bag. Reduce the weight if you need to, but let's pull that right elbow back and keep it there. Now you're going to extend and bend and reach it away, bend. My goal is to make that arm as long as I can make it when I push the hand away. My shoulder is staying stable, as is my posture. 3 more. Try to keep those shoulders level. Here's 2. Last one. Reach it away. Bend and lower the bag. Nice. Let's turn around. Left arm holding the bag. Right foot forward. Left foot back. I see that. There we go. Here's my chair. Okay, so we're going to lift the elbow back, make sure the chest is proud, and we're going to extend for a 10. 8. Good, make that arm as long as it will go. 5. Keep your bag from swinging. 3, 2, almost home. 1. Lower the bag and stand yourself up. Yay, great job. Have a seat for me and let's stretch those shoulders out. So let's start with the biceps. We're going to reach open and then flip your thumbs down and see if you can reach a little bit farther back behind you without throwing the ribs forward. Okay, so just sit up tall here. Lift the chest. Lengthen the sternum and then reach out through the crown of the head while you push those feet gently into the floor to help you boost your posture up, out through the spine. Okay, and then release that stretch. Let's bring the right elbow up, hold here, or wrap it around and reach the elbow up to the sky. In the meantime, I'm reaching my right fingers down the spine. So I'm sitting balanced on my sits bones. Again, I don't want the ribs to be forced forward. You might be getting a nice side stretch here through the rib cage. Go for that. One more deep breath here. I like to hold my stretches for about 5 breathing cycles. And let's gently release that down. Good. Now the left elbow comes up. A little peripheral noise here today. And then reach the elbow up a little higher. Reach the fingertips down the back. And sit up nice and tall. Keep those ribs from being forced forward as you stretch. If they are being forced forward and that's really difficult or painful to maintain, then come back to this option. Good. One more deep breathing cycle. Gently let go and release it down. Awesome. Let's step the feet out a little bit wider here. Hinge your body forward. Keep the spine straight and tall. Let's drop the right shoulder down the midline. Look up over the left shoulder at the sky or the ceiling or the wall. Just getting a nice spine twist. Come back to center and sit up straight. Let's hinge forward and drop the left shoulder down the midline. Look up over the right shoulder, going for that nice spirally twist of the spine. Really listen to the spine. Make sure your hips are still balanced on your chair. And then rotate and sit up tall. Now we're going to vary this just a little bit. I want you to hinge forward. Now as you drop the right shoulder, reach your right arm down towards your left foot. And then push on your left knee with your left hand to promote a little more twist, a little more rotation. Let's place the hand back on the knee and sit up tall. Let's try that on the other side. Getting a little shift under my stool here. Hinge, straight body, rotate, and then reach. Looking up over your shoulder, push into that right knee with your right hand as you reach for the right foot with the left. Breathe deeply. Identify your abdominal wall, pull it back. Rotate back to center and then stack your posture up. Very nice. Let's grab our market basket or our tote bag. Here it is. It's going to be right here between the feet. So feet may stand a little bit wider. And I'm just going to hold on to the handles like so. One in the right, one in the left, and we're going to float the bag up and down. So stop for 1 second and assess whether you felt like you were leaning back while you lifted the bag. So that's what I want to avoid, is pretend there's a wall behind me. Don't sit up against your chair back. Just imagine it. It's good for proprioceptive training. And just lift that bag out in front of you as high as you can without leaning back, and while you feel the load intensify in the abs, in the core of the body. Keep the shoulders down as the hands rise up. We're going to do 4 more lifts. 4, great for anterior deltoids. I'm feeling mine today. 2 and 1. Nice job. Okay, let's put that down for a moment, and we're going to think about squats now. So let's get a drink of water first. We'll stretch the legs and then we'll squat. Grabbing your drink. Let me talk about my chair arrangement here for a second. I like to straddle the corner. It allows my hips to be a little more free and a little more mobile. That's why I've got it arranged this way. You are welcome to arrange your chair the same way. I encourage you to try that, just because it's a little more freeing for the legs. Okay, we're going to stretch those hips before we do our squats. So let's turn to the side. You got your chair here. A few ways of doing this. I'm going to encourage you. Let me use my chair back here. A little bit of a rearrange. Let's put the right foot, the left foot. Yeah, that's the right foot. Right foot forward. Your right foot forward. My chair is on my left. It could be the opposite. It doesn't matter. Okay, but what I'm after here is support, upright support. And my leg, my back leg is straight. My front knee is slightly bent. pretend I've got my chair here. I want you to bend that left knee so it's right under the hip. From there, I want you to tuck your pelvis by using your abs and also squeezing that glute, okay? So, if you're not getting a stretch here yet, let's undo that. Maybe step a little bit farther forward with the front foot, bend the knee in under the hip, tilt the pelvis, and maybe, just maybe, bend the knees a little bit more till you've got some nice stretch going on right here in front of that left hip. Release it. Did you notice how I undid the pelvis? Bend the knee, tuck the tail under. Shoulders over ribs over hips. Make sure that this isn't happening. If you're leaning the upper body back, it's even hard to balance with. And then release that stretch. We're going to do 2 more. Bend the knee, tuck the pelvis. Notice how tucking the pelvis gives us a little more length down the low back. Release that. And bend and tilt. Trying to keep my hips very square with each other. I don't know if I'm succeeding at that right now. And then release. Woo, we're going to do the other side. I'm just going to turn around in my tracks. Bend the right knee in under the hip. Tilt the hips. Engage the glute. And then release. We'll do 3 more. Bend, tilt. And when I tilt my pelvis, pulling the front of the hips up, make sure that the front or the upper body doesn't round down. Okay, keep it upright. Bend, tuck. There's my stretch. Yes, raise your hand if you're getting a stretch there. Release. 1 more time. Remember, you can always step a little further forward with that front foot and bend the knees a little more deeply if you need a little more stretch. That feels really great. Okay, and then stand up. Stand next to your chair. We're going to swing the right leg first. Just swinging it. Okay, I want the leg to be very heavy. Let momentum carry it forward and back while you keep the pelvis, the low back very stable via the abs. Excuse me. Notice how my arm swings in opposition, just as though I were walking or running. And then you can add both arms. And make it a balance exercise. Just don't hit your chair. 3, 2, and 1, and balance. All right, we're gonna do the other side. I'll just move my chair. You can stay put right where you are, balancing on your right foot. Just start kicking that left leg. I need to move up. Make sure you're not kicking your weights or your water or your neighbor. Chest proud. Look at your horizon and just swing that leg forward and back, forward and back. Okay, now I'm going to start the arm. Hips are relatively stable. There's going to be a little bit of translation there, but not much. And then I'm going to swing both arms. I'm going to bend my arms now so that I don't hit my chair with that right hand. Find your horizon. Make this a balance exercise. Just try 1 swing without holding on. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Just getting that release there. That feels great. Okay, squats as promised. I'm going to add a little weight to my tote bag, so feel free to do the same. Right about there. Okay, here we are. Here's my chair. Now you can use the chair as a guide. As far as range goes, it's right behind you. Or you don't have to use it at all. You could also sit and stand. But I'm going to keep the weights right now centered at my core. It's going to be the best controlled position for them at this point. So my feet are about a little, almost shoulder width apart. I'm going to sit the hips back first, right over my chair. Now I'm going to touch the chair, maybe, but you don't have to, and then stand back up. So I like to use that as a guide. Stand up. I'm not resting to sit, but you could if you needed to. Go back. Stand up. The chest stays proud. We're going to modify this first set. Don't go down as far as you might normally, because I want you to keep track of the upper body. The chest stays proud, the spine stays long. Sit back. And you place a breath pattern into this exercise where it suits you the best. Maybe it's going down, maybe it's going up. Either way, keep the breath exchange consistent and open. 2 more. 1 more. And up. Let's gently bring the bag back down to the floor. Grab a drink of water. Now we're getting toasty. I'm just going to check our time here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Couple more minutes here. We're going to do a little stretching for those legs after the squats. So, back to our chair. I'm going to rotate that. And let's sit up tall. Let's extend the right heel out in front. We're going to circle the right arm as we do this. So I want you to reach up, let the body twist a little bit here, and then reach out in front of the foot. Up, or just reach out for the foot. Doesn't have to be in front of it, and reach. Now when you hinge forward, let me show you from the side. I'm keeping my spine long, okay? I'm not rounding it. I'm just reaching out through the crown of the head and hinging here. Up and around. It's okay to twist a little bit. Remember, as you circle the arm, follow it around. Oh, that's a heavenly breeze. 1 more time. Up and around. And hinge. Place both hands on the left thigh and just hold that stretch here for a moment. While we slowly now articulate through that front foot, I want you to pick up the toes and then push them down to the floor. Pull the toes back, push them down to the floor. Try to keep those shoulders squared. Notice how that changes the stretch in the hamstring when you push the toes down to the floor. Bring it back up 1 more time. Push the toes down and pick them back up, and then sit up nice and tall. We're going to go to the other leg. So the left heel is out in front. I always start with a little bit of bend to my knee so that I don't overstretch. I'm going to circle around with the left arm and then reach out in front of me. Lift, and remember, when you reach out, don't round your spine. Keep it long and strong. Reach up, around, open the body with that big arm circle. It doesn't have to be over your head either, does it? If your shoulders are sensitive, you can reach out, but find that little bit of rotation. 2 more. Good for the neck also to follow the hand around. Now hold your stretch, put both hands on the right thigh. And now let's articulate that ankle, reaching the toes away and then pulling them back towards you. Reach the toes down. Woo, that really gets me there. That feels really nice. Point the toes. Boy, I don't know if you can see my feet actually. Point the toes down. Pull them back up. Point the toes down. Pull them back up. Pull them back. Stretch, and you're hinging and maintaining, okay? And 1 more time. Point the toes away, pull them back, and sit up tall. Great job. Plant those feet in line with the knees, in line with the hips, and in line with the shoulders over hips. We're gonna just rotate to the right. Get a hold of that outside right thigh. Reach the right arm back behind you. Slide the shoulders down the back and see if you can't spiral the spine upwards a little bit farther. Wrap it around, switch it over, open the left side body. Breathing deeply. Shoulders down. And bring it around. Good work. It's about time for me to go, so we're gonna just take a couple of deep breaths here to finish. Lift up front body. As you bring the arms down, correct the position of the chest and ribs. So when I raised my arms, you don't have to raise them high if that's uncomfortable. But I am lifting the chest now and the ribs up and forward, and then coming back down. Meanwhile, I'm trying to keep my low back very stable through the abs. Let's do one more. There we go. All right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I love your feedback about no music versus music. I think some days it's really awesome to have music, gives us a little boost, but sometimes I get a little lost with the beat as far as giving you instruction, because these playlists are all new to me through Spotify. So I am encouraged that you're still with me, joining me weekly. We're going to keep this going as long as we can. Thursday, plan to jump in. All right, have a great day. Stay cool. Bye-bye.